Hello everybody, I am back for our second card of the September card class, and I just realized that not only for the first two cards did I not use any stamping, but I also didn't use any sweets. So the first card we did the sunflower folder, which is an online exclusive, and we have another online exclusive in this card that I'm featuring, and that is the Need for Tweed designer paper. It's kind of a standalone paper, but really cool. Almost like photographed patterns of fabric and nice fall colors. So, and then I'm also using the Circle of Seasons dies, which is the Paper Pumpkin add-on from last quarter, and it also goes along with the one that is just coming September. And I just saw that there's a brand new Paper Pumpkin add-on die set for October, November, December, and there's usually a word in all of them, and the word for that quarter is going to be joy. And there's another really cute tag and some other options, so I think that'll be a fun one to get as well. And if you're on a budget, the Paper Pumpkin add-ons are a great option because they have nice dies that go together, but they're not at a large price point. You do need to be a subscriber though to purchase those die sets. So this one is a fun fold, and I have it tied together. I guess I'll open it so you can see what we're doing here. Tied together with this Early Espresso linen thread, which is also, I believe, an online exclusive. So let me put that there, and I do have the instructions posted, so I'll move that aside so I can see what I'm doing here, because the fun folds are always a little bit trickier, and you don't want to glue things in the wrong place. That's what I usually end up doing, and there's a lot of folds to them and a lot of pieces. So if you have a kit, you'll have all these pieces ready to go. And so this one's going to be folded accordion style. So we're going to do one fold there, one fold there. So back and forth till we get the right. So it's kind of a triple panel card there. And now I'll take my bone folder, now that I know I have it folded right, and just crease those a little bit so they're nicely folded. So, let me put the measurements up here in case you are not on our private group with the PDFs. So hopefully you can see that. I can't see out of my camera very well because I have to put it up really high, and I am short. Okay, so I think the first step would be good to just put all the panels together. There's a lot of pieces. All the measurements were there. So I've got 3 pieces here for each of the 3 levels that you get once you get everything folded together. So let me grab my, okay, this piece looks like it fits on that one. So, although I think for my, let's see, for this one here that I'm using for my sample, I ran out of pieces and I didn't want to open a whole new pack just for one little piece. So yes, that one goes there. For this one, I'm going to piece two of my extra pieces together to fit on there. But if you have a kit, you'll have a piece that fits correctly. And then this one, the basic beige, goes on that. And those 2 pieces are exactly the same size. So now that I've got them in the right spot, let's glue them together. And this cute Need for Tweed paper, you could choose either side. Oh, I should have done the other side so it was different. Oh well, already glued. And I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue here because I haven't stamped. If you're going to stamp a sentiment here, I would stamp first, then put it on. I left mine blank for now because I didn't know what I wanted to put on the inside. But if you do stamp a sentiment, make sure you look at the card closed so you're only stamping on this section and also sign there. Your other option would be just to do it opposite. Do this piece on in the middle, or have your basic beige on this piece, and then have maybe another piece of designer paper, or maybe, decorate it differently. A lot of options with this fun fold. So you've got 3 panels to play with, so have fun and do what you would like with them. So this one, I'm just piecing those 2 pieces together. Are you cheap like that? If you run out of something, you just piece things together or use a scrap or whatever you have on hand. I just did not want to open another piece of whole package just for one little piece. So there we've got my 3 pieces. So let's see, let's get them on here. This one's going to go there, this one's going to go in the middle, and this one's going to go at the end. So let's go ahead and glue these on. And here's where it gets a little tricky, because this first one, we want to put glue on the whole thing because it's going to go down right on that 3rd section. But the other 2 are going to be hanging off the edge when the card is folded shut. So we only want to put our adhesive, I think I'll just put it on the actual panel itself, and then I know it will be in the right place. But again, don't put it right to the edges, kind of in the center there, because we do want it to kind of stick out our usual little, what is it, 1/8 of an inch on all the sides. And then the same with this one. I think where I pieced it, I need to add a little more glue so it doesn't, that seam doesn't show so much. And then we'll do the same here, just add a line of glue just like that where we know it's going to go. So got that there. Now if you have your tape runner, you can go right ahead and do everything else. I'm just going to wait a second here and make sure all my pieces are sticking, and then when the card folds together, it will fit in an envelope, because this is the exact right size for your envelope. And the nice thing about this one also, it kind of stands up too, so your recipient can put it on display, put it on the mantle, or wherever they put their cards when they did it. This is kind of a happy hello fall kind of a card. You could even use it for birthday cards, so if you know somebody that has a fall birthday. Okay, so the next part, the linen thread is so thin, it is a little hard to tie and to work with, but it's so cool looking. So I finally decided the best way to do this is to fold the piece in half, and this is a 18-inch piece. So I'm folding it in half here, and then I'm going to kind of wrap it around my card so that I have the right amount left to tie it at the other end. So there I have my card in my twine. I'm gonna here set something on top of it so it doesn't move when I do the next step. Maybe I'll put my glue there. There we go. Okay, so the next thing is to grab the circle. And again, this is Need for Tweed paper, but this is the lighter piece here that makes a nice contrast to all the things we're going to be putting on. And the other side is green, so if you'd rather have that side, that is fine too. So let's see, the next thing I did was grab some dimensionals. And for this time, I'm going to put a ton of dimensionals on the back because I want them to hold that piece of the linen thread down so I don't have to, I don't lose it or have it pulled out or whatever, but I am leaving one side of the circle kind of not covered. Let's see, that side I think is better because it's going to jut out a little bit into past here. So this particular circle, if you're using a bigger circle or a smaller circle, then you might not have to worry about it. But if you're using anything a little bit larger, it's okay for it to hang over the edge because when the card's folded up, that part will not be a problem. But you do want to not put adhesive on it because then your card won't open. Let's see, I'm going to kind of tilt my head here so I can see what I'm doing. There, I got my circle on and it's not going to stick to the inside piece. And look, my linen thread is stuck to my card, so it's not going to pull out. And now the only thing I have left to do is just add all my little bits here. So I've got a hello cut from scraps of cherry cobbler, and I'm looking at my sample because it looks like some of the pieces are hanging off the edge, so I do not want to put glue on those bits that are hanging off the edge. So I'm just going to put a few drops of glue there to hold that on. And then my top is going to stick out a little bit. So that's going to, kind of the focal point is that hello sentiment. And let's get it straight there. Okay, now we'll put together our acorn. So the acorn comes in 2 pieces, and this particular die set went with the strawberry as well from the paper pumpkin that was like a month ago or so. And so this piece was, if you cut it in red, was a strawberry, and it had another piece on top that had kind of the seeds from the strawberry. But in this case, we're going to use it to be an acorn. So I've got, I believe pecan pie was what I used for the base, and then the acorn top is early espresso. So again, the bottom's hanging off a bit, so I guess I should just put my glue right in the center and then add that acorn, and then 2 tiny little leaves, and I'm not even sure what I cut those out of because they were scraps. So you could use pumpkin pie, timid tiger, darling duckling, or like crushed curry. Any of those fall colors would be great for the leaves. And I'm just gonna tuck the leaf right under there since I did just put adhesive on the center of that acorn, so I have room to tuck my leaves under there. Okay, and we're done. The only thing left to do is write a little something on the inside, or add another greeting if you wanted to, and then tie it up and put it in the envelope. So very, very easy to do. Looks complicated, but it really wasn't too bad, was it? Yay, we did it. All right, come back in just a minute for the last card.